everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Light Queen Lisa. Whew, my lights are very bright tonight. I might have to see if I can adjust those or turn them down. But the white hats showed up in the White House tonight. Thought that was interesting. Little Cowboy Take Me Away comes to mind. I don't know. And there's lots of other things going on. There's a lot of singing going on. The president of Venezuela singing all kinds. It's like karaoke down there. I don't even know. Crazy things happening. Good things with silver. I'm sure Westwood's got all kinds of exciting things to talk about with that. And lots more. Black boxes going around with little jabby, pokey things. You know, the comms are everywhere, seriously. But first of all, it's Friday. So grab something red, drink out of something red, put some red lipstick on, but most of all, RED, remember everyone deployed. So cheers to all our servicemen and women and their families. We're forever grateful for all you do for our country to keep us safe. And we are just grateful. So we'll be right back with Clint Westwood right after this. It's a Red Friday, guys. Howdy.
Oh man, I better stop the music.
Oh yeah, don't stop the music. You're not supposed to stop the music, right?
Don't stop the music.
Don't stop the music.
No, don't stop it.
Is that light better? Lord, when I came on, I was like
glowing. You're glowing.
My light's all the way up.
Yeah. My light is on and I'm not home.
I am. Yeah.
I'm talking about myself.
Oh, I'm at my mama's home.
Got my red on. Let me undo this.
There you go. You're wearing. Oh, now Westwood's stripping.
Oh, baby. The more you tip, the faster he strips. I got my mighty shirt on.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I wore my little white Litecoin hat that one of my dear friends brought back from the Litecoin Summit for me.
Very nice. All the way from Las Vegas.
That's right.
Las Vegas. What is it? Hailing from Arkansas via Las Vegas via Oklahoma. Yeah.
Like on Lisa in this corner. Yes.
There we go. Sure. Anyway, let's see. I've got a little red in the shirt. So I wore the red shirt underneath, and I've
seen you had your fashion. You've had your fashion on lately. You've been unless your dog pukes on you.
Unless the dog humbles me. Yeah.
It's been good.
Hey, it's a $2 shirt, $3 pair of jeans. I got right home, cold watered it, put it in the washer, done. It's fine.
I'll tell you, one of the greatest inventions, well, two, for laundry, Dawn, the littlest bit of Dawn, because it disperses oil. So any grease or oily kind of stain, you can don't put a lot because it will make a big sudsy mess in your washing machine, but a little bit of Dawn or if it is a protein stain, like a nosebleed, grass stains, things like that, shout it out. I'm not kidding. I can't tell you how many nosebleeds I've got out of my couch, all kinds of Cannon's nosebleeds all the time. Yeah, so he's on all those blood thinners.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try and keep note of that. So Dawn for the grease and the oils, and shout out the human stuff.
Yeah. That sounded bad, but yeah. Oh, you guys know what I meant.
Remember that Saturday morning cartoons? The more you know, the shooting star. No. All right.
Oh, like Reading Rainbow?
Yeah, like that. Kind of like that ish thing. Yeah. I don't know if that's what it's from, but something like that. Yeah.
Well, leading into that, they just made a big announcement. Elon's very excited about it. Apparently, Bukele is launching, like every child in El Salvador will have a Grok AI tutor. And they're talking about how this is going to level up, which was interesting to me that Trump called it, they said they call it artificial intelligence because, he just rolled out and signed the new rule for it or whatever. And he said, I wouldn't call it, he goes, they call it artificial intelligence. I would call it superior intelligence. And then who are you pointing at? Oh, you're thinking of something. He's grabbing something. And then Reggie Middleton said a tweet, and he said, he didn't quote him. He wasn't quoting Trump or anything, but he's having his own thoughts about AI. And he said, I would call it high intelligence.
And then didn't he sign something about cannabis today?
I didn't see that.
I think there was an executive order about cannabis or something today. So high intelligence.
Oh, how funny.
So I'm tying it in.
Well, Reggie said high. Trump said superior.
Oh,
maybe Reggie's got a calm there. I don't know.
Okay, I got you. I've crossed the streams now.
I don't know. Who knows? But then they had, it's just, there's a lot of streams crossing for sure. Like they had the 1980s hockey team with white hats. So Trump was 2.5 hours late speaking tonight. And, he's usually 30 minutes, an hour.
Yeah.
The most.
Fashionably late.
They usually make him late so that people will be on and watching, so that then they swoop in and put Kristi Noem, who nobody really wants to listen to, or, somebody else. And then you listen to what they have to say because you're waiting on Trump.
Yeah.
And so it works out. Well, this is like 2.5 hours late. Well, then he shows up and it's all this language around ICE, the hockey team, and ICE, and that Russia would have won if the ice would have melted. Back in the 80s, though, Lake Placid, I don't even know what they're talking about.
You hear her, don't you?
Nope.
You don't hear her barking?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I thought I heard a bar stool move a second ago.
Oh, it's her barking.
She loves me.
Every freaking time.
Every time. She says, hey, Miss Lisa, when are you coming? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you show up and it's like seriously all these dudes with the same white cowboy hat. Like they're not their own white cowboy hats, but they're
it's like here.
They're replicas from the 1980s Olympics for the team for Minnesota, whatever.
Okay.
Minnesota, I guess it is. And wherever the Somalians are. And
that's where they're at.
Yeah. And then they're all standing around but they're all and they just keep calling them the team.
Okay.
He talks about hockey a little bit, but he keeps talking about the ice and the team. And then Kash Patel is standing there, no hat. And that Elise Stefanik.
Oh, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Lots of vowels and too many consonants together. I don't know.
Must be Italian. No, it's probably Greek, right?
I think it's Greek or something. Yeah, I don't know what.
Stephanakoulis or something like that.
Yes, something like that. Anyway, she's standing there, of course, no hat.
Yeah.
And Tom Emmer. And Tom Emmer has been, I think, pretty pro crypto.
I think so.
What I remember.
Yeah, I think so.
No hat. Congress people. Anyway, so it's interesting. They were standing there. But then that tied me back to earlier today, I guess, the big pillow guy came out and said he's running for Congress.
Mike Lindell. My pillow.
And he apparently was seen with a movie script, and it said I'll have to go back and it's in my Twitter feed. I can pull it up if you guys want me to, but I'll post it in the Telegram. But it's basically like time to save the world kind of thing, or save the Republic. Oh, the Constitution. It was about saving the Constitution.
Okay.
And then it said to put Kash in as acting CIA.
FBI and CIA? That's consolidating power, right?
I think it said that. Dang it! Now I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the darn thing. I'll put it in the Telegram. There's a free link to the free Telegram in the description below. But it kind of shows that like it's all part of the movie and that the movie's winding down, kind of thing. Because now these people that are kind of stepping into those roles of, hey, well, I'm going to be the governor of this, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is supposedly, going to run for governor of her state and
Georgia,
all these kind of things.
Is she from Georgia?
I don't know.
I think it is Georgia. Watch Georgia.
Yeah. It's really interesting. So lots of good stuff going on.
Hey, this is going to get wrapped up by July 4th next year. It has to. The 250th anniversary has to.
Oh, I think before then. I mean,
that's what I mean. No, the movie. That's like the conclusion, the climax. The big conclusion of the movie and the reveal and all that stuff. It's got to be.
There's a audio that was leaked today. I believe today. It's the first time I heard it, of Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah, Barry Soetoro.
Thumbs
up. Right?
Going after, who is it? Somebody investigating. Oh, Flynn. Going after Flynn.
General Flynn.
Going after General Flynn. And so
that was the whole thing in 2017, right? This whole, anyway.
And now we're looking at, speaking of the 17th, we've got Hillary and Billary are going to be testifying this next week, leading up to all of that. So, I don't know, we might have a little merry little Christmas.
I did not decorate that Christmas tree. I didn't do it. I didn't flock that tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. All these
things are heating up.
Yep. All these payments are coming out. They just gave Amtrak. They pulled it away from the big CEOs. Mm-hmm. So there's been all these audits coming out. Oh, I've got a great video to show you. I'll find it. Secretary of Education. But they did a big Amtrak audit, I guess, and the big CEOs, the big guys, were supposed to get some giant bonus. And so instead of them getting it, just like Trump had the Dell company, I believe that was a capitulation where like, oh, okay, you're going to give
$6.5 billion.
Yes, to every child in America. And if you think about that language, well, I'm a child from America.
I'm a child.
Mm-hmm.
Just do a scan right here.
Well, now there's those new lasers Trump was talking about, that not just the 5, but the 6 that you can see through people's skin. Isn't that the weirdest? Did you hear that clip?
No.
He was warning people about the 5Gs and the 6Gs.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just living in my own fantasy world.
Yeah.
One that I create. This dog is barking like crazy. You don't hear this?
Cannot hear. I mean, can you guys in the chat, can you hear the dog barking? I cannot hear the dog barking.
She's looking at me now on the couch, just staring at me. Now, if I got on the floor, you know what would happen?
Oh, yeah, it'd be rated R.
Yeah, it'd be, what do you call it? Only pets.
See, Charlie says nope. Oh, I forgot to turn on the comments. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, man. Okay, wait. Oh, man, I was going to tilt the camera once so you could see her on my leg.
No, it's okay. We don't need.
That's what she was doing. I'm going to let her out. I'm going to set her outside the door with the leash on because this is too much.
Okay. Yeah, we don't need doggy porn on the show. No doggy porn. Let me go back through and say hi to everybody. First in is Mark Weems. Mark Weems, I don't know if you saw, Johnny gave you a big shout out last night on the show. It was very sweet. So might go back and watch that if you haven't watched it. Clint Westwood's here, and like Quinn Lisa's here, and Rexter's back. Merry Christmas, Rexter. Hope you're with your friends and your family. Experiences from St. Jerome. We've got Mark Rickster. I know. They're chat. This must have been when they were waiting on us. There's lots of chatting going on.
Okay.
Joel is here. And JB's here. Oh, there's Aquarian done napping.
All the lovely people.
Jim Montgomery. And Charlie G.
Yeah. POP, right? You down with POP? Yeah, I was. You just have to watch that video, and then it'll make sense, Lisa.
I don't want to watch it.
No, it's the video where the dog ruins my outfit.
Oh, yeah. I know. I missed it. But Mom told me all about it, so.
Yeah. Good stuff. High theater, let me tell you.
She was talking about what a great attitude you had about it, though.
I'm telling you, I'm and that right there lays it out. I mean, there's a lot to learn from that whole video. There really is. There really is.
Okay.
You see me like real time what was happening and how I reacted to it.
Well, and it is about how you react to things, because things.
I talk about it all the time, and you got to see it. And it's like, okay, I'll show you. We'll see what happens. And
Mm-hmm.
Sense of humor. You got to laugh.
Yep. You can let something ruin your day, or you can choose to not give it your energy, or to
correct
turn it around.
That's it.
It's like the key thing. Isn't that called key or chi?
Yeah, chi.
You can grab that
energy flow, right?
Turn it.
Direct it.
Yeah. That's how you turn it.
It really is. I mean, it so is. I mean, you can get upset about anything, but why are you upset? What good's it doing you? It's just hurting your body, hurting your mind, spirit, all that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm over it. I didn't used to be this way, but I am now.
There's a lot to be positive about. A lot of stuff coming out. Did you see the black box warning on the COVID jabs?
I did not.
That's pretty significant. So there's literally black box for, not may, but does cause harm.
Well, don't they all? I mean, technically, they all should be black boxed.
They should, but I mean, it's pretty significant for them to.
It is significant.
I would hope that means that there would be reparations for people that were harmed by that. So
yeah,
I'm really hoping some things like that. Let's see. Oh gosh, there's so much. There's the 3D 6D thing. You didn't see that either.
I haven't seen anything. I don't even know what's happening.
Anything. There's all kinds of. Oh, here's Westwood and his dog.
I don't know what the date is. What year is it? I've been driving around in the DeLorean all week. I don't even know where the frig I'm at. It's just like doors popping open and gigawatts. Anyway.
All the things. Okay, here's the one that I wanted to show you guys. This is huge. So a lot of people were like, why is the census so important? Why are these, why is the immigration issue such a big deal? Why are the, the Social Security numbers so bad? And Elon does a great job explaining it all. I'll kind of go into that after, but I wanted to do the fun version first. And this is the Secretary of Education, Department of Education. How fraudsters nearly stole student aid.
You know the story of a green little thief who tiptoed through Whoville and caused holiday grief? Well, this year a new crew tried a similar feat, sneaking and scheming to swipe student aid neat. They slithered through paperwork, schemed with delight, adding fake students deep into the night. They dreamed of a sack stuffed to the brim with billions of dollars. Prospects were grim, but we weren't sleeping, not even a wink. We checked the numbers, the forms, blink. We spotted the fakes, the tricks, the sly little plots, and followed the trail to connect all the dots. So instead of $1 billion up the chimney to go, the whole scheme collapsed like a roast cooked too slow. Taxpayers rejoiced. Students got their aid, and fraudsters, their hearts didn't grow 3 sizes. They just got caught in their disguises.
So what she so playfully explains, and Elon did a great job. He said, when these people are 200 years old or not born yet, they come into the country, and the NGOs and whatever, and they're taught to give these people a social security number. They may, and then the left, their defense is, well, they're not receiving social security, but it doesn't matter. They're receiving all this other aid.
Yeah.
And some of them don't even exist, or they've come in and out, in and out, in and out, and been duplicated so many times. And so they had people up to 200 years old, allegedly, thank you, Thrand, that were receiving financial student aid, things like that, all these other benefits out.
Things that you need the social for to
Yes.
interact in the programs that the government,
Right.
produces and provides.
Yeah, the SNAP, the
Mhm.
benefits, all the other Medicaid benefits,
Yeah.
The Somalian thing. I think we talked about that last week, where they were whole Somalian culture in Minnesota specifically, but some of them were claiming their children were autistic and setting up clinics and saying that their children were autistic, and then getting kickbacks because the government was giving like subsidies for treatment and therapy for children that had special needs. And so if they didn't get enough kickback, they would threaten the clinic. Well, I'm going to take my kid somewhere else and get them. And so it was all fraud, medical fraud. And this is some of the stuff. And so then these are all going in the buddy's pocket. So these are billions of dollars that should have never went out. And like Elon said, he goes, if you see that someone's 200 years old or hasn't been born yet, you need to call them and say, I think we have your birthday wrong.
Right.
And if
or do a DNA test and figure out what's going on, because it could be very helpful.
Need to be studied. Yeah, we need to study this. Something's going on.
Right.
And so it made a lot of sense, because people are really, we don't even, most of us are good, honest, working people, and you go to work and you work your job and you're just trying to take care of your family, and you don't even think on the level of these criminals that are exponentially stealing from me and you.
Like making more money than you do going to work.
Right. When they stole the election from Trump, they didn't steal it from Trump. They stole it from the American people, from we the people.
Yep.
And that's the same thing that's happening with all of these benefits that we the people have paid in, and our parents have paid in as taxpayers for all these years, generations.
Yeah. And you'll be paying for generations, because,
and it'll be stolen from your children.
Print more money up to pay for these programs that shouldn't exist in the first place. And it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why is that hamburger $25?
That's right. Inflation is the biggest form of taxation.
That's absolutely the biggest hidden tax there is.
Cruel,
It is most deceptive. Yeah, it's pretty bad, actually. I hate to even bring this up. My daughter got out of school early today, and big softy guy, big pushover dad. So we went to the thrift store, and so she, I didn't make her. I said, let's go stop at the thrift store. And so she got a nice pair of boots, so she got some boots there. And so she's like, yeah, I like these. And then she looked at the jewelry and she says, I don't like any of this. And then, I got a new shirt. And she says, you already have that shirt. And I said, no, this is a blue shirt, but I've got a different pattern. This is a different pattern than the other blue shirts. They look similar, but they're not. I'm like, but it's $2. I said, should I get it? She's like, yeah, get it. I'm like, all right. So, $7 out the door. That's what it was. Yeah. 5 and 2. And then she says, Dad, can I go to Taco Bell? And I'm like, oh
no.
Because fast food and me, it's like vampire casino action, And I'm like, I said, it's kind of far. It's just like not that far. Well, for me, it's far.
Yeah.
I mean, anything beyond, this little zone that I'm in, if there's more than one stoplight, it's far.
Yeah.
And that's me. And so I go, and the point is, she gets a meal, special order it. She has to text me the order. I said, you need to order it. She says, no, I'll text it to you so you can read it at the window, and you have to read it exactly like I tell you. And so I did.
Exactly right.
I did. And then I get it, and he's like, $17.49. I'm like, and I look at her, and she's like, and I said, no wonder you didn't tell me how much this stuff costs. I mean, it was ridiculous. Because
At Taco Bell, it was $20
she
for
got a meal, number 8 meal, and it comes with a drink, and it comes with 3 tacos, and then what else? And then she got 2 sides of nacho cheese. I didn't even look at the receipt. That's probably like $1.50 each or something. A little souffle cup, 2 ounce or 1.5 ounce, and then I think she got some fries or something. They have fries to go with it, and I'm like, $17.50 for that. Now, just so you know, I used to be a manager at Taco Bell back in the day, probably 30 years ago.
I was going to say, I went to Taco Bell when I was in college. There was one right by our apartment.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're broke, you
yeah.
could get 5 crunchy tacos for like, I don't know, $3 or something in a water.
It was 69 cents for the Supreme taco back when I was selling it, and then it was 59 cents for the regular taco with no, just the meat and cheese and lettuce. 59 cents. There used to be a big meal to where, because Friday nights just get slammed. I mean, it was $10, and you could pick 10 items, and you could get a soft shell taco, a hard shell taco, or a bean burrito, and you can mix and match it. And you'd get the whole box, and I think you got a side of nachos with it too. And I'm like, for $10.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, I was just like sticker shocked. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it for what you get and the price that it cost. It was just outlandish. Just saying. So anyway,
I was typing a disclaimer, but I can't see it.
Yeah. So I looked at her and I said, well, Merry Christmas.
You told her Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I'm like, really? Yeah, but every day's Christmas around here. So, yeah.
Okay.
Let this dog in.
Good. Hold on. There's my disclaimer. Oh, they changed it to have where it just disappears. I'm so glad to know that, because I put up a sign the other day and then it went away and I was like, what just happened? But now I know. So in no way advocate eating at Taco Bell.
No, not at all. I know. I'm just
disclaimer made.
But anyway, yeah. But here's the thing. Right now, I've got a 3-pound chuck roast, Japanese beef.
Oh.
And I paid like $20 for it because I've got a hookup. So $20 roast that I'm going to eat on all weekend. And I've got a bag of organic carrots that I've used 2/3 of it. And it was like $7 for the big bag of the big carrots. So I got a third left. So I got a couple bucks in that. That's going in the crock pot. I got garlic cloves I'm going to throw in there. And I'm like, I'm going to be eating for like $25 all weekend on good food. And that costs $17. And she's going to be hungry later.
That's, that would be a great lesson, is budget her, give her the money to budget her own weekend food.
There you go.
Here's what I'm on, and show her your receipts or whatever.
Right.
And say like, well, here's what my choices are. I'm going to budget this.
Yeah. This is what I'm eating.
And this is what I'm going to eat. And here's my budget. And I'm going to give you the money. And, maybe you even throw in gas for driving her and whatever, because she is a kid.
Yeah.
But then you say, but you're going to make the choices for your food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she can have all the water she wants at your house. You're going to be
absolutely all filtered water you want.
Yeah.
All the
filtered well water.
Yep. All the well filtered water that you want. And no, that's a good idea. It'll be like, okay, so I'm going to start out with this. You're going to start out with this. And if you got any money left over, you get to keep it.
Yes. That would be a great lesson.
But if you hit the limit, then hope you enjoyed your meal.
Yeah.
You know,
Because so much of that is like, well, it's no skin off their nose to
I
spend your
know,
money,
I know.
you know.
So we gotta put the pain into it, or the savings, because seriously, I mean, I was just, I didn't, I'm thinking $10, you know, even then I thought, it's kind of
Even that
high.
is high for
I know, because it used to be the hard shell taco meal with a drink was $2.99. You'd get 3 tacos and a drink, and if you sat inside, you could get free refills all day long for $2.99 is what it was. But again, here I am, the old curmudgeon. You know, this is back in '96, probably 7, 8. I don't know, in that time frame,
right.
6, probably 7 or 8, and it's just.
Wow.
Okay, so what was the price of silver in 1998? And how much was $3 worth of silver then? And so take that same amount of, that kind of thing, quarters, whatever it may be, or the price of
Right.
silver, and extrapolate it out, and then you can kind of do a little timeline. It's like the Campbell soup thing, over time, it
Yeah.
charts inflation
Yeah, that
kind of
was
thing.
interesting. You said that Campbell soup has always been kind of that point of
Yeah,
reference, kind of like how they do, 1 ounce of gold was a
yeah, soup.
nice suit.
Yeah,
And what's 1 ounce of gold right now? It's
it's
like
about $4,300 right now today.
$4,300. So that's
Yeah,
about right.
you got a nice
Yeah, you can get a
tailored
nice
suit, and
tailored suit.
yeah,
And then
I wouldn't know.
and then but silver is jumping like crazy.
I know.
It hit $65 today.
Yeah, and then it came down to 62, but then you've got that news of JP Morgan. I don't know how accurate it is, divesting of all of their paper contracts and buying
I'm
silver
buying physical.
physical. And if that's the case, that's probably why the price dumped, just because, they're going to buy the physical and they want to get it as cheaply as possible. So
But they
manipulation
can't
there.
ever do that again.
No, that's it. That's the end game then.
Done.
Right, you're out.
Like
So
last year,
I mean,
right?
it's been signaling. Gold signaled it first that we've got something happening coming, and then silver's been signaling it. I mean, silver's past its all-time high. It's not going back just because it's way past it. And you just think, "Whew, what's really going on here?
Hmm.
Things are broken somewhere." The Japanese yen, the carry trade's over because their bonds are just like been spiking through the roof. I mean, the yield on it. And so they got to print money. We've got the Fed coming out saying they're going to monetize basically $40 billion in treasuries this month. They've done it, 12 and a half the other day. And this is the hallmark of the crypto run up, just so y'all know. Whenever they do quantitative easing again, the Fed, when they stop the tightening and they start easing, then look for crypto to run in the next 6 months or so. Because the money's back.
That's good to know.
It's going to flow. And so the last asset that people are missing out on, because I'm telling you, it's all going digital, and they've well positioned themselves. They've got the assets. They've cleaned all the weak hands out of it, and so I mean, I'd be
There's also
getting some crypto. Just
this
saying the good stuff. Not
this
even the good stuff.
announcement about the SEC approving the DTCC plan to tokenize stocks, bonds, and treasuries.
Mhm.
And of course, Reggie has a lot of that, the patents to do a lot of that stuff. And then I saw, my friend Riz, that he volunteers for Very Doubt, and he was posting where some company was like saying, "Oh, we're going to be doing this tokenizing, whatever," and they're now tokenizing, like I said, all the stocks, bonds, whatever. So part of this is, I could see a positive thing, I could see a negative thing, because some of this ends the paper contracts, the derivatives. If you put this stuff on blockchain, if you tokenize it, if it's a true tokenization and not an EFT, I guess.
Yeah, not an ETF. Yeah.
ETF.
Exchange traded fund. But you're right, because I watched that video too. Jake shared it. Did he share it with you?
No.
Okay, so that's how I found it. Jake sent it, and so I watched it. And the interesting thing is, it looks like what they're doing is, if it's going to be tokenized, it's required that it's the underlying asset. It's a 1-to-1. It has to be. That's part of the deal.
Mhm.
So to me, absolutely, it's transparent then at that point. But which is necessary if you're going into the digital world. It's got to be. if you're going to make it digital, you can't have this fractional stuff like they've done with silver. You
Yeah.
can't in gold. You can't do that stuff. And according to that, it's okay. This is what we're going to do. You can tokenize. However, that token represents a share, or whatever. It's 1-to-1 redeemable. That's your certificate. Like you used to get stock certificate, and so that's good. I mean, I think that's great from that aspect.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is all the
Have ownership that's documented, on a public ledger.
and the traders. There's just a lot of things, it's not perfect, but could be good.
And when did they roll that out? They're supposed to roll it out at the beginning of the year, isn't it? It's that quick. I think it was as of, I could be wrong. Maybe it's the middle of the year. I don't know.
It says they approved it. Let me see if I can find a date.
I'm a big picture guy. Details getting away. It's next year sometime.
There is like some weird Ripple stuff, and I'm not saying XRP. If you read it, it doesn't say anything about XRP. It talks
Ripple,
about
the company.
Ripple and whatever the I don't want to misspeak. There's another token that XRP uses that's made deals with.
Oh, the RLUSD maybe?
That and something else.
Okay.
Hold on. RLUSD and XRPL.
Okay. Is that XRP Ledger then or something? I don't know what it stands for. It's
I don't know.
fishing my brain.
It's under Rob Cunningham is where I saw the video. Let me see. Which he is a big XRP guy, but it's just, I mean, I wish them well. I hope everybody is very happy and successful.
Okay.
But I just really think the community is going to get rugged. It was really strange that the lady from she's on the board of like the Fed or something. No. I'm sorry. She's on the board of Ripple, and she's being put on. Where is it? It may not be him sharing it. I just hate talking about Ripple. It is not my deal, but I know there's stuff going on with Ripple. But I think it's still part of the banking system that's not going to be continuing. It doesn't serve the people to me, but maybe it's going to be taken over and it will serve the people.
Well, I mean, maybe it has a function in the system. However, here's my outlook on the whole thing. If you're going digital, don't you want a digital asset that's like silver or gold? You know what I mean? And that's why I'm just like, that's why I'm sticking to Litecoin. I'm telling you, I've always known it. I've always had it in my head and vision and, and all that stuff and dreaming it. I mean, and it's just,
So this is it. It's talking about Rosie Rios. She represents the Center of U.S. Monetary Authority. She's not a politician. She's not a lobbyist. She's not a crypto personality. She is the 43rd treasurer of the United States, whose signature is on over 1.7 trillion of circulating U.S. currency during her tenure. Her domain of authority included Bureau of Engraving and Printing, U.S. Mint, Fort Knox, oversight of national currency supply, issuance of coinage policy, deep involvement in economic revitalization programs, National Reserve liquidity frameworks. She joined the board of Ripple.
Okay.
Not XRP. That's a token. And listen to what Brad Garlinghouse says about XRP. He says Ripple is not beholden to XRP, but Ripple this is Rob Cunningham's opinion, is operating outside the realm of U.S. sovereign money legitimacy, or operating inside, I'm sorry. Then he says America 250 is bipartisan. Rosie Rios serves as a chair of America 250 to coordinate the 250th anniversary. Oh, God. National communications, economic stewardship themes, cultural civic strategies. So then they go into all this other stuff. Okay, so then they get into this. Tokenization forms of are explicitly recognized under pilot programs, including the DTCC, which there's what the DTCC is. The Premier Post-Trade Market Infrastructure for Global FinServe Industry. So,
Kind of a big deal, huh?
kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Well, we knew that's what they were going to do at some point, and it sounds like we're finally rolling out.
Yeah, so you choose all of that. I don't know. But is that the same song, second verse? Is that the same system, the same prison as the Fed, just on a ledger system?
Yeah, very well could be. I mean, that's the danger of it. It very, very well could be. You're locked into the system that they can now control, have little access over it. And these dogs, you can't hear them.
No.
Oh,
I'm
good.
sorry. I don't know if it's hard for
It
you.
must have some kind of voice isolation on here
Yeah,
to where it's.
I can't hear it at all.
Yeah, so I can definitely see that to where you'd get rolled into a system like that, and you're locked into it, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the UBI, the social credit scores and all that stuff tied to it. That's why you got to have sound digital assets in your possession. And of course they could legislate that out, and they could say wallets, have to be authorized, which I think they did in this report, but that's for the tokenization side of it. Of course, it makes sense that you'd want to have legit wallets that are, regulated and that kind of thing, just like a bank would be regulated under the purview of, supposedly good government. But as far as digital assets are concerned, if they are going digital and rolling all this stuff in there, I would want to have a decentralized digital asset that you can hold in your possession and you can use anytime you want, because that's going to benefit just like gold and silver benefit from the existing system. If you don't want to really play with their chips, you can play with these over here. So that's where your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, other proof of work coins that have stood the test of time would come in. And there's nothing stopping you from trading it peer to peer. That's what it's built for.
I guess that's true. You could choose to, just like now, you can choose to barter for things like you were talking about. You have farmers around you and you can barter with them for meat or eggs, things like that. Or you can use dirty fiat, Fed notes. So we can still choose. And thankfully, because of Satoshi and Charlie Lee and other developers, there are other coins and choices, whether it's using silver or gold. Or knowledge or labor,
anything
that we can barter with as well. So we still have a choice.
Yep. Yeah. But I can see where it definitely would clean up the system, because it becomes more transparent at that point. And I think JB asked something about tokenizing gold. And so I've never been a big proponent of that, tokenizing gold. Gold stands on its own. Or was it Thuran? Somebody.
Thuran's asking only if gold is. Oh, I'm sorry. JB did have a question. He says, does tokenizing gold mean to someone who is learning from Lisa and Clint?
I mean, there's the concept of, here we are in a fluid society where we can travel anywhere we want. Gold is cumbersome. Silver is cumbersome to take with you. So I'm looking at the benefits here now. You don't want to be, say you want to travel the world, and you got money and it's locked up in gold and silver, a lot of it. And you don't want to use it because it's a real pain to travel with, the metals. We found that. But you can't carry them around with you. So it's not portable. It's not really that portable. Gold can be, but, then there's a risk of carrying it too. Somebody knows you have it. And so having the ability to warehouse it somewhere that's authorized and legitimate, and we're talking if the system's legit, we have an honest system, a government mint, a facility or something like that, or a bank, it's highly regulated, because you put money in the bank now and then you trust it's going to work when you swipe your debit card. I mean, we're already doing it. So if you did it with gold or silver, it'd be the same thing. You put it in a safe repository that's, and then it gets tokenized. It goes on the ledger and you've got your gold tokens, whatever they may be, and you can spend them anywhere in the world, and it just takes it out of your vault. and subtracts it, just like money comes out of your checking account when you use your debit card. And so that would be the idea of tokenizing it, I would think, because it's the ownership is intact, and you could use fractions of it, like you do with crypto at that point. The back end would be a little weird, but still it would work. And so that would be the benefit to me. Hey, I don't want to carry this stuff around. I want to go to Thailand, or I want to go, somewhere, around the world and spend my gold rather than carrying my gold with me. So I would see the benefit of tokenizing it that way. Now, gold is gold because you don't trust the system. So
Yeah.
that's the converse, the other side of the coin, so to speak. It's like, do I really want somebody holding my gold or holding my silver? Because if somebody's holding it, all it takes is a little stroke of a pen, and the next thing you know, sorry about your luck.
Well, some of that is the education that has to come with open source and people understanding coding and how, proof works. And that's the immutable ledger and all of that. Because if people were to understand that it was kept on an immutable ledger and how that truth and proof was made, then you could trust that.
Yeah, you could trust the not the system that supports it and underlies it, i.e. the government, but you could trust the blockchain. You could trust the truth of the code from that standpoint. But as we've seen in the past, governments will do whatever they want to do given the right circumstances. So there's that danger going forward, and it always will be, though. I mean, that's just inherent in government. I mean, people in control will always need to be checked. So, but if you've got enough transparency, and we all want to live a transparent life, and we become enlightened and wake up for a change and, start using tools like that, then there should be enough pushback in society that, no, you're not doing this, and you're not going to get to go home tonight and have your state dinner. As a congressperson, you know what I mean? You're not going to get to walk down the street, and there will be immediate pushback, which is what should happen anyway, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Well, and that's where, I don't know, we may be at that tipping point with everything's kind of set up, like I said, with the, Hillary and Billary speaking next week and being forced to come in, and supposedly, allegedly, they're going to be, demand they can't sidestep it like, like Hunter did and all of that. We'll see. And, they lie anyway. So what does it matter if they come speak? I don't know. But we'll see what comes of that.
Yeah, let's enjoy the show and see what happens.
Yeah. There's also this issue where Trump pardoned Tina Peters today. And we had watched that video of Professor Clement that I found where he talks about the possibility of, if we're in a continuity of government, and what the possibilities are and how this could kind of play out. And that was one of the scenarios, if we're in a continuity of government. And he goes to New Mexico and says, I am pardoning Tina Peters and taking her as a federal witness to the crime of the 2020 election being stolen, because she has all the evidence and proof. Now, the governor of New Mexico, or it's Colorado, I'm sorry, has already refused to release her. And so there is this possible like Andrew Jackson kind of moment. So back during Andrew Jackson, he had tariffs that he was putting and demanding that the states comply and all this. And some of the states refused. And he sent in the military and made them, I think that's the way it went. Dang it. I did some research on this. This has been a couple weeks ago. But there's an Andrew Jackson kind of moment where he forced the states to comply with his, I think, using the military. And so
kind of like the segregation issue. It's like, oh, you're not going to let them in the schoolhouse door. Okay, well, the National Guard's going to come out and, walk that black person through the door.
My understanding, it would be the U.S. Marshals, which may be the nod today to those big old cowboy hats that showed up.
Oh, that's an interesting connection. Yeah.
In the White House tonight. Because that would be because the U.S. Marshals are they take an oath to the Constitution. They are federal, or not federal. They're U.S. They're not state.
Who's the
Marshal.
boss? Don't they answer to the president? I could be
believe
wrong
so.
on that. Okay. Yeah.
And so it's my
Didn't
understanding.
Elvis get deputized as a U.S. Marshal by Nixon or something? I don't know.
Let me grok it up, because that's where I'm like, oh, maybe that's what all that white hat thing was about, because they refused to release Tina Peters. And I'm like, oh, he's going to Andrew Jackson them. He's going to send in the marshals and walk her ass out of there and arrest the governor of Colorado on top of it.
Might happen.
What he should do.
Constitutional crisis.
Yeah. I mean, and then people go, wait, what just happened?
Mhm.
Let's see.
I don't know what the deal is. I could have dreamt the whole thing, to be honest with you.
It's all in the
Elvis and Nixon. Well, that's it. And that's what I mean. I'm like halfway here and halfway here, because I'm not sure where the line between reality and fantasy is at this point. You know what I mean? Because you watch this stuff on TV and you're just like, is that real? Can that be real? Is it really happening? And you got the Grinch thing. You're reading the story, and it's like, I think that's a great way to wake people up, though. Mm-hmm. It's a great way to just put it out there. Always use a little bit of humor, and that gets people to
at least open their mind and consider it, because nobody wants to hear it right now. Everybody's tired of the movie, but it's like, wait, what is she talking about? And our U.S. debt, our dollar, the strength of the dollar is tied to, I remember Cliff talking about this, is tied to the student loan debt.
Oh yeah, that's a big asset on the books for the government.
Right. If they just made a lot of that go away, or found the fraud in that, how is that going to affect, what are the repercussions to the U.S. dollar in that case?
Yeah.
As well.
And then which U.S. dollar are we talking about? Are we talking Fed dollar, or are we talking, or the Fed note, or are we
not
talking
the Treasury?
Right, the Treasury dollar, the real silver-based dollar.
Okay, this says the U.S. Marshal Service is a law enforcement agency that operates as a bureau within the Department of Justice and falls under the authority of the Attorney General. Maybe that's why Cash was standing there, because isn't he under the DOJ as well?
Yeah. FBI would be under.
Does it seem like, why is Cash standing there for a thing for hockey players in the 80s? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And it falls under the authority and direction of Attorney General and the Director of the USMS, receiving oversight and guidance from the Attorney General. Dates back.
Essentially, you got the president, Attorney General. Well, the Attorney General is supposed to be independent, but still can be fired by the president. So that's the chain of command: President, Attorney General, U.S. Marshals. Then sounds like.
Yeah, it says as a bureau within the DOJ. So yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh wait, distinct from agencies like FBI or Homeland Security. Consistently describe it as part of the DOJ.
Yeah, so it's a direct pipeline to the Attorney General then.
Oh, but listen to this. The structure dates back to 1861 when supervision shifted to the Attorney General. So it wasn't always under the Attorney General.
Well, who was it under?
Mm-hmm.
President of the United States.
Probably. Before 1861.
Which, if that's the case, we'll see what it is.
Then that's like the president's. They reported directly to Secretary of State, so Marco Rubio.
Okay. All right. Cabinet Secretary of State. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Guess we'll see how it shakes out.
Interesting. Oh, Cannon's asking if he can make me some pasta because dinner is fend for yourselves.
Ah, okay. Well, you've got your dinner budget. What are y'all making?
I don't know. He said, I'm making some plain pasta with just some plain chicken. Do you want me to make you some extra pasta? or you can make some spaghetti or something.
Oh, is he roping you in to get you to make it for him?
I don't know.
Or maybe he's not making spaghetti pasta. He's making, masticcioli or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just going to tell him no thanks.
I'm good. I'm a liquid diet right now. I don't need
I'll
that.
have a peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, there you go. PB and Jamie.
Yeah. But that was sweet of him to ask.
That is very sweet. Very sweet.
He's a good kid.
He is.
Anyway, so it'll be interesting. Once again, I mean, so much of this is a movie, and
Yeah, pretty much all of it.
Oh, craziness.
All of it. Just what stage in the movie are we? Or, what act and what point, in the drama is it?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
Hold on.
got. I mean, like I said, you've got that hard date coming up, July 4th of next year. I mean, big things have to happen because it's like they're making a big deal out of it. It is a big deal. 250th anniversary. The signing of the Declaration of Independence, showing the independence, and giving the middle finger to England, and all that. So it's got to be. There'd be a big letdown if nothing happens. You know what I mean? That's the opportunity. If otherwise, it's like, okay, I'm out. I'm done.
They
See
did
ya.
retool the mint and come out with a new coin as well.
Yeah.
Which
And they are coming out with new designs next year just for the anniversary. So we'll see. Maybe it sticks. Maybe something happens.
And it's all about liberty. So that's kind of a big deal. Hopefully we get our liberty. And notice it does say
going back to some Art Deco-ish designs too, and some of it.
Yeah.
Look like the Hoover Dam Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Looking forward to it.
All of these AI memes. So I jumped on the guys at WBRT, started up another project called Meme Asylum. And we were talking Thursday morning and I got inspired. So I'm going to launch a coin to go into the voting. So what it is, a bunch of people have suggestions of oh, this should be the new meme coin. This should be the new meme coin. And it happens when the next full moon happens. So whenever that is, I'm working with a friend and
lunacy, I tell you, this is lunatic fringe.
Yes. I never thought I'd do a meme coin, but I had an idea and I'm just kind of playing around with it. I don't know if it'll win or not, but I wanted to kind of play with the technology. I want to show Cannon. I want to kind of.
Yeah, it's a great learning experience.
Yeah. And if it's something that could help our community, then once I learn how, then
even better.
Who knows? But, and anyway, there's been some little weird synchronicities with the name of the coin, and some other things. So once I announce it, I'll let everybody know. And if you want to be a part of it, you can be a part of it. But I thought it was really funny. So that's kind of.
No coincidences. We know this.
Yeah.
All the synchronicities. When you're on the right path, they all show up and make sense and everything fits.
I don't know. But sometimes it gives me a lot of hope and then nothing happens. So I don't know. But it
hasn't happened on your timeline. That's it.
On my timeline. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. So sometimes I'm just along for the ride for learning and we'll see how it goes. But
and that canoe going down the stream.
Yeah. But then I was looking at memes and now meme used to be a static, picture.
What does it stand for? Memetic? It's like a memory type vibe device. I think that's what it stands for. Memetic. I could be wrong.
That's a great question. I don't know. I thought I just knew meme harder.
Minerva, Anyway.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. I'll have to look into that because then we can kind of play off of some of that too. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But then I saw this one today and they were like, let's see if I can pull it up. I was going to play this as we kind of.
That's what he said.
Leave today. This, they said, is a meme that they were playing on, and they use them to wake people up. So this was a meme.
What up, Earthlings? Glorfin here from the 3i Atlas crew. This is part 2 of what really happened on the moon, and to do a little recap. There's cities on the backside of the moon. The astronauts were followed by a Draco ship, then surrounded by 6, and then skedaddled to make sure they didn't piss them off further. Now, before I continue, we are already getting so many wonderful comments about this topic, and some that are saying we didn't have the technology. How were they able to talk on a landline with President Nixon or launch off the moon without a launch pad? And my favorite question of all that comes from Falstad. What up, Falstad? He asks, is the Earth round? Is it flat with a dome? Is the Earth shaped like a watermelon? Or is the Earth shaped like a donut? And for now, I'll just say this. Don't forget that Werner von Braun was a German scientist during World War II, and along with 1,600 other German scientists, were immigrated into America's space programs. This is known as Operation Paperclip. And before they were stolen from the Germans, they were already reverse engineering ancient alien Vimana that they stole from all over the world. But that's a story for a different video, so although NASA's technology was nothing compared to ours, it still was very advanced for the time. Okay, now you're all caught up. So, when the astronauts returned to Earth and talked to the press, do you remember seeing the bewilderment on their faces? They had just experienced something beyond their belief, and they couldn't tell a soul. You would be pretty in shock, too. Later, your government learned that all regions of the moon's surface are already claimed by one race or another. Because of these events, much of the real footage was unusable because you could see the Draco crafts in the background. It was a mix of real and fake footage that was shot with the expert help of Stanley Kubrick. You know, he was in Deep, Eyes Wide Shut. I mean, they had it ready just in case the mission failed so they could still win the space race. They then spliced the footage during the live stream and fooled the world. After that, your government got in contact with the Draco. And despite the many warnings from the Galactic Federation, they made their deal anyways. They agreed to many nefarious things in order to get access to the Draco's technology. And they did this because, all because of money once again. They started reverse engineering the Draco's anti-gravity technology, and the rockets became obsolete overnight. But they had to keep up the illusion that the rocket technology was the best they had, so they completed 6 successful moon landings. Odd number. Meanwhile, while they were still landing on the moon, the secret space program had already started building their base up there. They eventually built a base on the moon and Mars and continued to venture further into the stars and essentially created a breakaway civilization. While the rest of Earth thought that they had just decided to stop going to the moon one day and the International Space Station is all that NASA could do. And yes, it's really up there, but many of space station missions and videos are shot on blue screen and wires. Because why would you waste money on that obsolete technology when they needed it for their really advanced stuff in the black projects? Since then, NASA has been more like your media organizations, just perpetuating lies to keep you in the dark so you can't advance and reach your full potential. Just imagine where your society would be today if it had shared all of this with the world instead of continuing to profit off of oil and obsolete technology. You would be living in a Star Trek-like society, kind of like this one, and all of your lives would be much different. But your time is coming, Earthlings, and I know you hate the word soon, but all of this tech and much more knowledge will be yours soon. And to answer Lisa's question about Old Buzz saying they never went, he's also a Freemason, so that's expected. A better question would be, what did he see when he went into the ice cave of Antarctica that made him collapse? Alrighty, Earthlings, thanks for joining this expansion of consciousness. I love you all. We are all one. And until next time, peace and love. Oh, and the Earth is round.
So that's like a little meme that they're starting to do now.
See, that's excellent. It's just like the Grinch thing. I mean,
It is.
so here we are, struggling. It's like, when finally, we get all this, when are people going to wake up? And okay, this is the delivery that's necessary for, idiocracy that we're in.
For people to pay attention.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we need to do. I mean, this is how we have to, okay, since you didn't get it this way, and you didn't get it this way, and you didn't get it this way, we're going to give it to you this way. And that's entertaining. It's fun. I mean, and then you start thinking, well, what the real Dracos? What?
I even think the Q stuff is that way. Like for me, I love the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting to look like listening to that. He kept saying, I know you hate the word soon, but soon. Well, today, before Trump went on, he was 2.5 hours late. And they said, look, I know you hate the word soon, but look below, soon. Like, is that a coincidence or is that a message? And I downloaded that way earlier today. And then I text a friend a joke saying that they would never ask me to be a homeschool mom because I would tell kids we never went to the moon and that the Federal Reserve isn't federal and there's no reserve.
Right.
So like, and then
Simple stuff, right? I mean, easy
yeah,
stuff.
and then he says, and Lisa's question, I'm like, yeah. So it's just kind of,
Synchronicities, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of
No,
funny.
that's a great technique that they're using there. It really is. Yeah, it really is. I mean,
Because that's one of the most scarce resources we have is attention.
it is 100% is. I mean, it really is. This is why TikTok's so popular, because it's like little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. You know, I can't focus. That's why I get like 5 likes on my videos, because you know, it goes too long, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's a long time for
You got to
people
do
to
shorts.
You do shorts, yeah. But you know, I used to on Twitter, I do 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Remember when that was the limit? And I had it down to a science, you know, and it was pretty engaging. You know, I kind of had it right. And, you know, I did get a lot of engagement, but I don't do that anymore. I just get in the car and ramble. And I suffer the consequences of engagement.
That's right. There's seasons of your life, you know.
Absolutely.
You're doing what feels good to you and you're expressing yourself and feeling like you're living your truth. And that's the most important part. On the bits of information, you know how we were talking earlier about El Salvador using Grok to be like a tutor for children, whatever, they're doing that. The Chinese, so the version of TikTok that the US had was actually weaponized by China to dumb down people and make them little goldfish and put stupid things and whatever. But then with the US taking it over, part of that now is this Great Awakening. And they're allegedly, supposedly, they are, because in China, what they have on their TikTok is education and little bits of information, even math facts and stuff. Like they use their TikTok to teach people.
The irony.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Not us, baby. Well, the thing is, though, it's because
I think that we might be. I think it might be
I think so,
reformatted.
I agree. I think a lot of it is it's engineered that way, though, here to completely keep us so that we don't arise and we don't awaken. You know, they've done everything they can to like turn it on its head to keep us down, you know, so that we don't, you know, do what we need to do. Because, you know, we don't want that American spirit popping up again. You know, it's 250 years ago. I mean, that upsets apple carts. And we, you know, we like the apples where they're at.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all coming to an end. Just like these things leaking out like that. There's only so long that you can keep people in the dark when, you know, there's enough matches. You know, pretty soon you're like, why am I afraid of the dark? I mean, there's all this light here. You know, there's all this information. And there's just more and more of it to where, I mean, it'll be their undoing. It just has to be. I mean, there's enough people will be awake that it's over. And I think we're already there. And it's just a matter of moving forward.
I do too.
Abiotic oil. Go look that up.
Abiotic oil.
Yeah, abiotic oil as opposed to, you know, biological oil from dinosaurs. It's a lot of dinosaurs. It's a lot of dinosaurs.
A lot of dinosaurs
at different levels in the earth too. Think about that. How far do they drill down?
Stupid. It's
I mean, thousands of feet, you know, and the dinosaurs happen to die at that layer or they soaked down or something, you know, and deteriorated to that level, and they all happen to sit there, and then you drill the pocket out and oil.
Well, and where else does bone deteriorate to oil?
Right. Well, you should go to the graveyards. We need more friggin' oil to start drilling, you know?
No.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
It's silliness.
Engage, as I tell Cannon, engage your brain.
Engage your brain.
Engage your brain. Yeah. So everybody have a wonderful weekend. Engage your brain if needed. Maybe just take the weekend off. I don't know. Next week's going to be a humdinger, I think.
Yeah, humdinger. Maybe actually. So you've got Space is at 8:00 Central Time. Hop in there.
All right. Love you all. See you soon.